Welcome to GC Cars. My name is Eric.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is the all-new electrified GV70. Okay, so the electric GV70.
Got to correct him before someone craps on him in the comments. It's electrified, all right? Get it
True,
correct.
it's the Genesis Electrified GV70.
You're a journalist. You got to hold yourself to a standard.
GV70 EV would have been too sleek.
It would be too easy to say.
Right. So I've tested the GV70 Sport 2 years ago with the 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo. Great car, loved it. It won the GC Cars Choice Award, so literally the biggest award I can give away. Let's see if the electrified GV70 is just as good, and we're going to take a look at the exterior first, and we're going to take a look at the interior, and then we're going to drive it and compare it to the competition. With that being said, what do you think of the exterior?
First of all, the color, Seville, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Salvia
silver. First of all, I like silver. It's grown on me over the years.
I've reviewed cars for 4 years. I've never had a silver car until now. There you go. That's kind of cool. I dig it.
It looks sharp in this color.
It's great. The GV70 is a beautiful car, in my opinion.
I mean, there's not much negative to say here.
There's not much negative. I do like this more evolved, kind of a little smoother compared to the GV80, right? That was a bit more sharper. This is a bit smoother. I love it. Great lines on the hood.
Great lines. I was about to say that.
Everything, honestly, it's a beautiful, beautiful car. We got 20-inch wheels on that one here.
Which work, silver on silver.
Yes, the only thing I don't quite like, the white paint, like brake calipers.
Not a good choice. It's gonna get super dirty. It's good luck.
It's already
keeping that
like
clean.
brake dusted and all. It's not the worst. Like overall, still like it. Wheels look great. I like that we don't have like EV-ish wheels, which are like super covered. These just look great. What's really interesting about the GV70 is if you look at the side profile, it's very like coupé because like the rear window doesn't go straight at all.
It's definitely coupé.
It just goes down. But once again, I love how the GV70 looks.
It's sleek.
And the back, some people might think it's a little like this. I could say tiny bit bloated, tiny bit bland.
So they're generally carrying over the design language from the front to the back, wrapping around nice and smooth. Exactly.
Those split headlights and come back to the split taillights. I like that it's clean, no all-wheel drive badge, no electric badge, nothing.
I don't think it's bloated.
It's a little thicker. Maybe. Not bad though. I really like how this looks.
I'm a guy that likes thick rear ends, all right? So
alrighty. Let's go inside though. How about that? Okay, inside the GV70. Fun fact, not only did the GV70, the turbo, Sport, win the GC Cars Choice Award, it also won the GC Cars Design Award for interior, because I think this is an absolutely beautiful interior.
It's a nice place to be. But I will say, getting into this, it looks, I would say, understated.
Yes, a little bit. So, I don't like this spec. Is this black or blue? I still not decide. Is this very dark blue?
That's black to me.
Or black?
To me, that's black.
It's probably black. It's like right on the edge.
There's a lot of black going on in here.
Yeah, the other one I had was like actually blue and had like red accents. It looked really nice. This is a bit more understated. What I really love though is kind of like this.
I do. I like that as well.
HVAC cluster we have right here. It's beautiful. The materials are just fantastic.
The only material I don't like is this rubberized, whatever this is. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's rubberized, kind of like.
Like I think I had a laptop that had this material. It kind of scratches easily.
It does scratch, and once it's kind of scratched, it'll never get back. Like that is not perfect. We do have different ambient lighting here though. So first of all, the ambient lighting around all the accents is normal, but the on the doors and on the center console we have kind of like this. Looks a bit like a topographical map.
It looks like it's textured, but it's not. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I really like it, and at nights this looks stunning. Moving on, functionality, usability is absolutely fantastic.
For the most part, but I'll let you speak on the positives.
Yeah, so the Genesis infotainment, I love. It is extremely quick. Android Auto applicable, only wired. Which is that what you wanted to bring up?
Well, so that's one thing. I mean, I just don't understand. This is a 2023 vehicle. We're going EV here. This is the future. We still need to use a wire for our CarPlay. And what I was talking to Eric about earlier is there's not a lot of usable space here. So if I'm driving in the driver's seat, I want my CarPlay. I have my phone in here. There's a wireless charger. So if I have a passenger that wants to use the wireless charger, they don't really have anywhere to put their phone.
Yeah, once you're plugged in, you kind of have to like wriggle around, or you have to lead the cable through the center console. Fair enough. That's not entirely perfect. Just give us Android Auto Apple CarPlay wireless.
That's all we're asking for. I mean, come on.
Otherwise, this infotainment is so quick. It looks great. It's a touchscreen or a dial. This rotary dial is also a touch. It's so good.
I like the dial option.
It's really nice.
The infotainment maybe is aging a little bit at this point with just the tablet design.
I love it.
It's not bad. I don't hate it.
I like it. I mean, fair enough. I know you're not a big fan of the tablet design. I think it's right in the field of view, which is
I like
amazing.
that.
And remember when I had the G80? We had a discussion in the G80 Electrified, and then once I was driving it home, and afterwards I was texting you. It's like, it's proven this is great, because I was setting up, I guess, the radio station. I don't know what I did, but it takes like 2-3 seconds. And that time the car next to me swerved into my lane, and because it's still my peripheral vision, I was able to see that and swerve over. If I had to focus down here, it would have been outside of my vision. So that's why I think it looks good. I think it works well. But fair enough.
Contrast that to the Ram we just tested. It's like,
well, you have to
go down.
It's like an footrest, it feels like. 3D gauge cluster. Super gimmicky.
Gimmicky, and I also find that when the wheel's in a comfortable position, it's blocking the sensor.
Yeah, the sensor would need to be below. That would be better, because if it tracks your eyes and adjusts the picture constantly. If it can't see your eyes, it'll switch over to 2D, which isn't a problem.
Doesn't
but
bother
it just
me.
looks so cool in 3D, especially that sport gauge, because it has like this flaming, smoking needle, and it's 3D. It's just really cool. Like, it doesn't translate in video. You won't be able to see it because it's. If you've ever used like a Nintendo 3DS, whatever that thing called. It's that, just without the eye burning afterwards.
Yes, it's cool. The fact that the sensor's blocked, not a deal breaker for me at all.
Oh, no.
It's fine.
Not at all. And otherwise, seats we haven't talked about.
So the first thing I noticed when I sat in this car was I almost feel like I'm sitting on the seat rather than in it.
The cushion is a little like up.
Yeah.
Right. Weird.
But I got used to it, and they're not bad seats at all.
They're very adjustable. I'm extremely comfortable. I love the seating position. I'm 5'7". Sometimes it's I can't reach like the sides with my elbows. This one I can cruise perfectly.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
Comfortable, heated, ventilated, technically massaging seats. So we have the ergomotion seats, which kind of like go in and out, or side bolsters do stuff. But there seems to be an issue with 2023 Genesis and Hyundais. These ergomotion seats don't work. So
they work and then they stop.
Yeah, so I got them to work for a whole 10 seconds in my week with this car. It starts, and then it just instantly turns off. And after that, like, the button doesn't do anything no matter what I do. I've looked it up online. Apparently 2023 Hyundai Palisades, which have similar seats, have the same issue. So either something's wrong with the seats, or the infotainment system has an issue. It's like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It feels totally random. And the same thing, these bolsters are technically adjustable, and I can hear the motor.
I hear it.
But nothing happens. So I don't know what's up with that. Like, the motor is working, I feel the vibration, but nothing is working here.
Obviously, that's something Genesis will address.
Hopefully. But
Wow.
yeah, just you know,
Sounds like a warranty issue.
it's a warranty issue. They have great warranty always on these things. It's just something to be aware of. Sometimes a press car can have issues, but of course, for disclosure, journalistic reasons, we have to disclose this to you. Other than that, rear seats. Well, sunroof. Big sunroof.
Very big sunroof.
Which looks nice, and it is tinted. So even if the sun is blaring down, I don't mind having this closed, open, because it's not bad.
And speaking of the roof, I mean, this is just
Beautiful.
I just want to sit here. I could sit here for 10 minutes just feeling it.
It's beautiful. Such a good headliner. And lastly, rear seats are comfy, are good, nice materials. You can move that passenger seat if you need to.
Yep.
To get a bit more seat space. I can just move you. And
Heated seats, not ventilated.
yeah, which would be nice to have, but honestly, I don't mind.
They're not the most spacious back seats, but they're
I'm fine.
serviceable.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
comfy in the back. I don't mind this.
And trunk space?
At all. So it's a compact SUV. It's not going to be huge, but with the second row seats up, we have 28.7 cubic feet of space, which is actually pretty much just as much as you get in the regular internal combustion engine version, so which is nice. Batteries don't really take up anything. And if you need more space, 56.5 cubic feet with the second row down. Overall,
And one thing to take into account is the curved, the shape.
Yes.
This kind of sportback curve is going to limit your.
thank you for not calling it coupe, by the way.
Yeah,
I
it's a
appreciate
sport
it.
back.
It's a sport bag. Thanks, Audi, for coming up with a good term.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's definitely, you can't fit super tall items in there, but you'll work around that, I'm sure. What we're going to work around, well, not going to work around because it's so much fun, is almost 500 horsepower on dual motors. Should we hit the road?
I think that's what we're here for.
Let's go. Okay, out on the road in the GV60. That's enabled boost, traction control, everything off. You ready?
Oh God.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Oh, and some torque steer. Oh, okay. Yeah, quite quick. You know, quite pretty slow. You know, sub 4 seconds. You know, it's like Pretty much every car does these days. No, it's incredible. And of course, I can at any time go back into boost mode if I feel like I can just hit it.
Never gets old. Jeez.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. But we're gonna keep it in comfort for now.
Even in comfort, it just goes too.
It's a little more smoother, but
it
once
just
the
goes.
torque hit, and electric is just because it's never-ending torque. It's just a train of power.
Torque is also code word for fun.
Yes.
Never-ending fun.
Never-ending fun, never-ending torque. But we have 483 horsepower. Well, up to 483 horsepower. That's in boost mode. If you're not in boost mode, you only get like 424 horsepower. I know nothing at all.
What a drag.
But either way, you get the 516 pound-feet of torque from two motors, one in the front, one in the rear. And they get their power from a 77.4 kilowatt-hour battery. Well, it's a great drivetrain. Like, there's not much to say. Like, it's extremely smooth. Like, if you wanted to have it smooth, it is all the smoothness. If you want to have the power, it has all the power.
Being smooth is not shocking for an EV. Most are smooth.
Yeah, it's like kind of hard to make an EV that's not smooth. Let me just let that biker pass. Because he'll want to go faster than this. We are on the sports car road after all, but this GV70 is extremely relaxing.
Oh, it is.
To drive. I really very much enjoy driving it because, well, it is smooth, but it is so refined. It is quiet.
Super quiet.
Like, it's probably one of the, just like the G80, Electrified G80, sorry.
Electrified. I don't like the way they worded it.
The naming is kind of weird, but...
on the way here, I had about 4 Harley-Davidson bikes in front of me, and I could barely hear them. And I was shocked, because those are, oh yeah. Ooh, lost a little traction there.
Yep, definitely less power than the, less traction than the EV6 GT. Still plenty of power.
It's just insane.
Still plenty of go.
But back on the noise, I just was shocked regarding how quiet this was. And it goes both ways because it makes you relaxed and you don't feel like you're in a rush, but it's also so easy to go fast.
Like, similar to the EV6 GT, speed kind of disappears.
Yes.
I think it was a little more in the EV6 GT, but like this is still, you go fast. Like, I just looked down how quick we were going. Definitely the speed limit, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Well, under the speed limit, at least. But like, you look down and like, whoo, I didn't know.
You don't feel it.
Right? It is quiet and refined, and the suspension,
it's great.
It's really good. You kind of just smooth over everything. Also because we have 20-inch wheels, not like 21s, which is nice and adds a little bit, to the softness. Like, some imperfections, like right here, you do very lightly.
Yeah, but what do you expect? You're not on a...
Exactly. It's not, we're not in like an Escalade, we're not in a Rolls Royce. This is super nice. And we did some handling just earlier there, which...
The steering's a little bit numb, but this isn't a sports car.
I agree, yeah. Like, I don't mind, it does everything you need it to do. It is, like, it has a bit of fun character, like...
And it does tighten up in sports mode, which we tested.
Exactly, and you get those fancy little needles, which is great.
But there are a few inches of play where you don't really get any response.
Yeah, like here it's like,
It's a little bit loose.
So... yeah, that could be a little tighter, but it's still
as we get passed by Ferrari.
Yeah, right. One day. Subscribe. But yeah, it can still handle fairly well. But do we want to switch seats?
I would love to.
All right. I love that little tug.
Yeah, it's nice.
The seatbelt is cramping a little bit.
Yeah, it's always nice when you sit in the car. The seatbelt just welcomes you and just holds you in place. It's nice.
Just make sure, hey, we're here, we got you. I mean, a lot of cars do that, but it's just, I don't know, it feels nice.
Let's go to smart mode because, I mean, we're not trying to be boring here.
Right. It's just...
I mean, it hits
a little harder when you're in the passenger seat.
Well, it's because you're not expecting it, right?
Right.
Wow. Okay, let's keep it 20 below the speed limit like usual.
It's so nice. And like even here, it's just...
It's just a joy.
Comfy. It's a joy.
Imagine we added functioning massaging seats. It would just take it up to that little bit.
That would be nice. Like having that would be, and like really good ones, like Navigator-esque.
This is just one of those vehicles that like you're waiting for a long drive because it's just enjoyable.
It is just enjoyable. Like I've driven the Buick. You've already seen the Buick on Corporate Review up here today, and you drove the GV70. And like the Buick, I like the Buick. Not saying it's bad, but you do feel that this is more than twice as much. And I got into the GV70 and I drove it and I was like, oh, this is so nice. It's such a good car. It's extremely relaxing. It's one of those vehicles that, You know, if you're cruising late at night, you're probably actually going to go under the speed limit until you hit a stoplight, and then you're going to floor it real quick.
Oh, if you pull up to a
Dust everyone.
stoplight next to some kind of performance vehicle, they're not gonna know what hit them.
Don't street race,
Obviously.
Yeah, it's such a convenient, smooth cruiser. And tech-wise, this is really good.
You have all the cameras.
You have all the cameras. You have your blind spot cameras. Are you using them now, by the way? Or are you
Not
still,
as much.
Still not quite.
I'm
there?
still not kind of acclimated to them.
It takes a while to get used to them, I'll be honest. But yeah, you have all that. You have your active lane centering with your button. It's decoupled from cruise control. You can have it separate if you would like to have that.
And I didn't find myself using that either. I don't know. I enjoy just driving this by myself.
It's just so good. It doesn't feel like a chore to drive this.
No, not at all.
Like, it's just great. And these seats are just so comfy.
They are. When I first sat in them, I didn't like them.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was sitting on a hump. But I've adjusted to them.
Also, that headrest is just perfect here. Right
It's
now.
nice.
It's like, oh.
It's just a nice place to be.
It is a great place to be. Quickly talking about range and charging, though, because that's something we need to talk about, of course, with an EV. So this gets around like 400, maybe 420 kilometers of range on a decently warmish summer day. So in winter, you'll be looking at about 325, I think, which is on the edge.
That's
on the edge.
For me, that's like one of the points where I could say would be a deal breaker for some people. If you're mainly city driving, you're not going on road trips, perfect. You're charging at home, perfect.
Yeah.
But if you're going on long 2-3 hour road trips, you're really gonna have to plan ahead. That's just all there is to it.
You do. I mean, it doesn't have like fantastic range. Some other cars have a bit more range, I think, which is nice. But
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just getting my brain flung to the back.
But yeah, regarding range, yeah, it's
workable, but something like, I'm assuming, we haven't driven it, an upcoming Mercedes-Benz EQC SUV, if you like that kind of thing, will probably offer a little bit more range. This was not built as an EV.
It'll
This
probably
is
offer a higher
conversion.
price tag as well.
Oh, I bet. Another competitor will be a BMW iX. Haven't driven that yet. But
The Mach-E.
the Mach-E, which is in a weird spot. It's kind of like the same size. It's power. So the Mach-E drives better. The GT drives better. It's not as luxurious though, and it's more
It's
expensive.
also a lot more expensive.
Just like, what was it, $20,000?
20 grand more, you know,
Yeah,
just
casual
pocket
20.
change.
It's a nice car, but like, yeah. Which also, when we're talking about competitors, let's talk about the GV70 Sport. You haven't driven that.
I have not.
It is, what you said, about $6 grand more.
It's about $6,500 less.
$6,500 less before incentives. Of course, if you get incentives in the end, depends on where you live and when you watch the video. This is no doubt the more refined experience. This is more fun.
Oh yeah.
That
Okay.
sounds still pretty well. So this is the more refined, more luxurious experience.
Right.
The GV70 will be, the Sport will be a bit more engaging. The V6 is really nice. It has good power. It's dynamically a bit more capable, and like the steering and all that is a bit better. If you're looking for luxury, this is really good. But are we ready for the price?
Yes.
So, not S spec. Actually, we don't know S spec because the building price and all that is not online, and there's no final price on this yet because it's very new. But this spec starts at $84,000 Canadian, and knowing Genesis, this won't cost more than $84,500 because the only option you can have is a color.
Right.
So, $84,000. Fair, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's 20 grand less than a Mach-E, and you're not really losing much.
I agree.
I think it's a sharper vehicle. That's subjective. I don't know. It's tough.
So I think if we're looking at competitors that we've driven, we have the Electrified G80, which was 100 grand though.
Right.
It was a little nicer, but
But again, they're kind of different segments.
I know, I'm just kind of want to throw it out. But what's interestingly exactly the same, almost like a couple grand less, is the Genesis GV70,
Right.
which is the same storage, even though it's a smaller vehicle, it has the same amount of storage, it has the same powertrain. It offers a little bit more range. It is a little funky looking.
Yeah.
I would pick this.
I would too.
And I have no complaints about the price. I think this is a fantastic, amazing car. Just like the gas GV70. I absolutely adore it, and there's just minor nitpicks for me to have here.
And the decision maker, if you're going to decide between this and the 3.5,
Yeah.
it's going to be your use case. Are you driving in the city? Are you doing road trips? And then you're also going to factor in how much are you saving on gas if you're charging at home
Yeah.
you're going to save a lot more money.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take long. I mean, we did the math back then in the F-150, and it took like what 80,000 kilometers to overcome $20,000.
So 6,500, it's not going to take you very long to
like literally
to
like half
overcome
a year.
that.
Half a
So-
year and you'll be there if you drive a decent amount. So yeah. In conclusion, I love this GV70 just like I like the internal combustion engine GV70. It is incredible. Genesis has yet to put out a bad product, except for minor issues we have with this one with the massage. But other than that,
There are a few gripes we have, but all in all, the positives just eclipse.
far outweigh. It's so good. I love this. $84,000 is a fair price. It's a lot, but it's fair.
It's refined, it's fast, it's beautiful,
It's comfy.
it's comfy, and it's cheaper than its toughest competitors.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, buy one.
if you can afford it.
If you can afford it, that's a good one. Anyhow, if you don't want to miss out on all the competitors we're going to test in the next couple of months, make sure to like and subscribe.
We're dropping a new video every single week, so also hit that bell notification so you get notified and you can tune in, and it also helps out the channel. And I'm just gonna take it hard into this corner.
Boy.
See you guys in the next one.
See ya! If we survive!
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby, a triple!
Yeah, tune into the next one, guys. We're having too much fun here. Bye.